Our problem is about smelling depression, and the number of people with smelling depression is increasing nowadays. We use two masks to represent different emotions. The smiling mask shows patient's normal side, and the sad mask shows depressed side. A person with smiling depression may look like normal people, but they have some hidden expressions, such as changing weight, as they may lose their appetite, feeling of hopelessness, which means they have low self-worth, and the loss of interest in doing things that were once enjoyed. One of the causes is a big life change, such as losing job. Another cause can be living pressure. This means they are experiencing the stress from life. Moreover, they may be disappointed because of high expectation.
You've all heard of depression, people being depressed, or depressing situations. As you already know, depression is a clinical condition characterized by a lot of feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and worthlessness, and it's often accompanied by a disturbance in daily functioning. But how many of you have heard about smiling depression? Have you ever been told by someone that they don't feel very happy, even though you seem to think that they look happy and that they are functioning very well? Even you may have felt the same at some times when you look very well but you don't feel very well. When this happens on most days continuously, these normal feelings of sadness may become a more problematic condition which is called as smiling depression. Smiling depression is when you hide behind a mask of functioning normally, even though you're not having good feelings or even though you're experiencing depressive feelings. You may hide behind a smile to convince other people that you're happy and doing well, but often when you're alone, all the hidden depressive feelings comes bubbling out. This kind of depression usually isn't easily detected because when we imagine someone who has depression, we usually think of someone who looks very sad or who cries a lot or who doesn't do his daily activities. Now, even though sadness and crying are very common features of depression, not everyone looks sad when they're depressed. The most characteristic features, as we know, include continuous sadness, fatigue or loss of energy, loss of interest in activities that you liked previously, feelings of hopelessness and helplessness, and a low self-worth. Now, someone with smiling depression may experience some or all of these above features, but these features may mostly be invisible when they're in public. When we look from outside, a person with smiling depression may look like a very active and highly functioning individual, someone who has a very good job, healthy family, and a social life, and someone who appears to be cheerful, optimistic, and generally happy. In this case, there's a classic example when you judge the book by its cover. You may have wondered why a person who looks happy and is functioning very well has committed suicide or has suddenly become withdrawn. People with smiling depression are at very high risk because no one realizes that they need help. Now, many people who have smiling depression hide their true feelings. In some cultures or families, there's a high level of stigma regarding how depression is expressed. For example, if you express emotions, you may be seen as attention-seeking or you may be seen as being weak or lazy. Now, this could even trickle over to work where you may feel that if you express sadness, others may see you as being incompetent. Sometimes people also tell you to just get over it or that you're not trying hard enough to be better. In such cases, even you would not like to show your feelings to this person, or in future you may not express your feelings to anyone else. You may also end up blaming yourself because you believe that you should be able to handle these feelings yourself. Now, this can be especially true for men since they have been expected to uphold their masculinity with sayings like real men don't cry or real men don't feel sad. With all this, men are far less likely than women to seek help for such problems. We all have certain unrealistic expectations to be better versions of ourselves. This is also combined with expectations from our parents, from siblings, from children, from friends, or from colleagues. For example, someone with perfectionism especially would be at higher risk for smiling depression because they hold impossibly high standards that can never get satisfied. Many people don't actually want to be a burden on anyone else by sharing their struggles with them. This may be especially true for people who are caregivers. They feel that others may not be interested in their troubles and that they should be taking care of others rather than others taking care of them. Also, sometimes people feel afraid that others may take advantage of them if they reveal that they have depression. So they would rather put on a happy exterior or a tough exterior so that they don't have to admit that they need help. Many people think that if they are smiling and that they are functioning well, then they don't have depression. They mostly overlook the other feelings of depression that they have, such as fatigue or hopelessness. They would find it easier to pretend that they are fine than to express how they really feel. Now, guilt is a very common feature of depression. People with smiling depression may experience more feelings of guilt because they feel that they should not be depressed. They feel that they have a good life, they have a good family, and that they're healthy, so they don't have any right to be depressed. So these feelings of depression will also give rise to feeling guilty and to feeling shame. If you identify with any of these thoughts, or if you know anyone who's experiencing this, please do not be ashamed to seek help from a mental health professional. Please don't suffer in silence. Reach out and speak out. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any queries, you could comment in the box below or you could email us. For more videos like this, like, share and subscribe to our channel, Mind